Hey, it's your boy, Grey Crow. And we're back with some more Valhalla, cyberpunk bartender action. Let's continue where we last left off. Day 3. Your membership, Jill is humming Your Love is a Drug. Buying the song will prevent her from getting too distracted. You can now browse Kira Miki's blog. Did that idol really show up? Or is she like the ghost? Hey. Do I buy the song from here? I love this place, so much energy. What? Dome concert? Oh, I can scroll. That is a very slow scroll. It's easier to do that. How do I purchase the song? So that's what she meant by a tea-like drink. Oh, there was probably lore in there somewhere. How do I... How do I purchase a song? I don't understand. There's gotta be something to it. What's this? That's kind of whatever. How was your first kiss? I tripped into a guy. Hurt like hell. What the fuck? Shop, perhaps? Cute clay house, Kira Miki poster, cutesy game poster, sorted cartridges, cracked drama movie poster, PC9X. Oh, here we go. Wow, $300. Wait, Idol Hell, a magazine with all things idols, has a download code for, oh. Okay. Jill bought what she wanted and she's pleased with herself. She will surely focus at work. Weird. Does that, like, now get included? Trying to see where it would be. Oh. Okay, cool. Alright, well, let's go to work. Thursday, December 15th. Good evening. Oh, hi there. I was expecting the bar to be different before opening hours, but I guess it's just the same tired thing. Alma? Ah, Leonidas. Gillian. Marcello. I stumbled across her on my way in and asked her if she wanted to tag along. Hope you don't mind. Sure, make yourself at home. Oh, where's Boss? She didn't put the helmet on again, did she? She went out for a bit. I don't know what for, but she'll be back. Alright. Alma, make yourself comfortable while I prepare. Right, thanks. Alright. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go through this and kind of maybe rearrange a few things. There was like one or two songs that I maybe just wasn't entirely happy with. But yeah, I'll make a quick cut back. But before I do that, I was maybe thinking I should do voices for all the different characters, but that's a lot of different voices, and I'm probably not gonna remember any of them, so I'm just gonna stick to my regular ass tone. Anyway, I will be right back once I figure out maybe a little rearrangement of some of these songs. Okay, we're back. Time to mix drinks and change lives. What was that? Oh, just something they made me say back in instruction. It kind of stuck. Huh. Maybe whenever that pops up, I should just say, let's get our girly poppin'. Yeah, I think I'll do that from here on out. Hopefully I remember to. I went to a school that made us stand up with our hands on our back when someone came in. What? That habit didn't rub off until high school or so. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Oh yeah, look at this. A glass with a signature to I'll assume it's either an autograph or an impromptu medicine recipe. That Kira Miki girl came here yesterday before her concert, actually. Oh yeah, now I see her name here. You don't seem very surprised. I like B-Link more, actually. The stoic-looking duo, right? Yep, those. Seems you had a better day than mine yesterday. Had to break up with Damien. I see. Want a drink? You don't seem very surprised. Alma, we've known each other for, what, a few months now? I'd be interested if those relationships of yours went further than a week or two. You say you broke up, but there's usually not enough time to foster something to break. It's more like, that guy wasn't what I wanted, so I stopped flirting. You could pretend to be more interested, you know? Like my mom says, if I don't buy it, it's because I know the product. Speaking of buying, do you want a frame? A frame? Yeah, for all these pics you have of your boss. The ones filling your phone's memory. Some seem sneakily taken at that. Is that true? What do you care? How the hell did you find that out? So it is true. Shut up. I'm a hacker, remember? You shouldn't piss off a hacker. Oh, I really like this one of her sleeping in her office. I think I'll copy it. You... Hey, can you make me a bad touch before we keep arguing? Sure. Mama wants a bad touch. I'll give you a bad touch. But I am a good bartender, and a good bartender is supposed to make exactly what their people want, so let's go ahead and get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, all on the rocks and mixed. We're nothing but mammals after all. Sour, classy, vintage. Boop, boop, bad touch. I like that, I like the look of that. Here you are. Who gives these drinks their silly names? Usually the ones who register it. Some people have quite the silly sense of humor. Like that girl who keeps laughing over this particular drink's name. Yeah. So, who's Damien again? The one with the nice car. Sure, he's also the manager at the bank, but the car was what caught my eye. And what was wrong with him? Turns out he was a LARPer. LARP? Live action role-playing? Sounds more like the nickname of some very heavy-handed writer or a military organization. What did he roleplay as? Have you heard of the Woodstock fairs? Those events where people barely dress, stink, roll in the mud, and fuck in the open? Those are hippies. Yeah. He frequents those, and it's something I'd rather not deal with. At all. Okay, first of all, I don't know what universe this is, but that's not what LARPing is in Earth. I actually am kind of interested in LARPing. I'd like to do it one day. Or like go to like a Ren fair. I know it's different, but it's kind of hand in hand. I think that stuff's cool. If I stayed with him, I'd eventually have to. I mean, I need to support my partner in what he does, but if it's something like that... You see, that's the problem right there. You say breaking up like you had something formal, but most of the time you're still getting to know him. Think about it. Have you ended your longest lasting relationship for things like those? Okay, sorry for not using the right words or whatever, but I'm still sorely disappointed. At least I'm trying to get some action. When was the last time you spent the night with someone else? Last night? Your cat doesn't count. A year ago? It was messy. See? I mean, I have no idea how you deal with that. If I were you, I would have pushed fuckboy over there into a closet ages ago. Fuckboy? People have different needs and priorities. Yeah, but don't you miss having the warmth of someone else at your side? Using them as a pillow, mixing your perfumes with theirs, putting your head on their chest, listening to them breathe as they pet your head, dozing off knowing they're there, watching you, protecting you. Jill? Anything I can make you to shut up and drink? I'll have you know that my Uncle Juan taught me ventriloquism when I was 12. Drinking won't stop me from talking, or making tasteless puns for Aunt Rosa. Still, give me something weird, would you? Huh. Ventriloquism. Weird? A weird drink? Yeah, something different. Experimental. Uncommon. Uncommon. Promo drinks fit that bill easily. Okay. Zen Star. Is 4 of each ingredient all on the rocks mixed. You'd think something so balanced would actually taste nice. You're dead wrong. It's sour, promo, and bland. Maybe that. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All on the rocks and mixed. Here you go. Something weird. Here. Yeah, this fits the bill. It's a promotional drink made to commemorate a movie. Read, they leapt at the chance to sell drinks that would be unmarketable otherwise. Oh. You know, your orders were weird today. They are? Yeah, usually the first thing you ask for is a Brandini, and then something like a Cobalt Velvet or something similar. Well, I sometimes feel like I need something different, you know? Something tells me part of the reason you left this Damien is because he was too deep into routine. Maybe. Hey, speaking of routines, as a hacker, what's your opinion on the whole Alice Rabbit thing? That's the silence of somebody who just heard something stupid. Stupid enough to warrant the speech they've prepared just for the occasion like this. As always, very perceptive of you. You know, decades ago, there was this group of people that hacked simple sites with an agenda. Can't remember what they used to call themselves, I just remember that it was just petty vandalism. Anyway, everyone that participated started using the same name. They wanted to create this anonymous anarchist identity. The whole Alice Rabbit thing is the logical conclusion of that. It's what happens when the idea reaches its breaking point and goes mainstream. It's no longer a group, but an individual. An untouchable entity watching from the shadows, monitoring and judging everything anyone does. Observing, tolerating no one but itself. A lot of bullshit for what's essentially a pet the press made up. The antithesis of your usual boogeyman, if you must. So you don't think such a person exists? Don't know, don't care. I mean, we have seen the actions of such an entity, but it might be anything. An individual, a group, an AI. That's not taking into account all the copycats and pranksters using the name. So, Alice Rabbit is a thing that exists, but it's also really muddied overall. There's something else that worries me though. The kind of story always catches the attention of kids and such. They start trying to hack stuff without knowing the risks or consequences. Imagine if suddenly a group of tweens broke into this bar and started asking for drinks. That's how it feels for me, and it's thanks to that damned Alice Rabbit thing. I see. But enough of that. There's more pressing matter at hand. There is? Yeah. You've been delaying my invitation for hanging out sometime for too long. Oh, that. Do you hate me that much, Jill? Does my presence make you that uncomfortable? No, at this rate, I might just crash your apartment. That way you can't say no. Maybe I'll crash for the night. We could have a sleepover, braid our hair, tell stories all night, shower together. You know, you need some human warmth in that place. Your tits alone would fill my entire bathroom. Man, you react too nonchalantly, it's no fun. React a little bit. Let me tease you for a sec. I refuse. In all seriousness though, any particular reason you keep turning down my invitations? I mean, it's not a date, I just want to have a conversation with you outside these four walls. I'm not a morning person. I registered for a night shift precisely to avoid waking up early. The earliest I've asked you out is 10 a.m., you know? That's early morning by my standards. I mean, it's not that I don't want to hang out, I just don't want to wake up early. You are hopeless. Anyway, I'm gonna need another drink here. Like, say, a big Brantini. Finally, that's the Alma I know. Big Brantini, coming up. God, it's 12 of these? This must be like, well, it's, you know, just doubled up on everything. I don't know if there's an easier way of doing this, but 4, 5, 6, and 2 of these. Aged, mixed. A big Brantini. Here you go. You know, Brantini is such a weird name. It was originally supposed to be to replicate the Martini. Problem is, the BTC got a hold of a brand of vermouth that was named after a certain automobile company. So, on a weird whim, they changed the name. I see. You know, I was wondering, yeah? Don't you worry about what people you work for might be doing with the information you provide? Not really. You don't? Do you worry about what happens when people leave this place drunk? Not really, most of the time. Well, neither do I. Why should you? Do you get people drunk? Some say my beauty is intoxicating, but that's besides the point. I get my payment, do my job, and forget about the whole thing. You make your job sound so easy. Once you understand what precautions to take, it's no problem. And I've always found my job fun. However, most of my contracts are... Hold on, sorry, I need to read this word to myself. However, most of my contracts are consultancy-based gigs. It's not like every day is a thrill. Do you meet with your clients, or... I don't. It's always from behind as many filters as I can manage. I remember I once did a job where I had a couple of kids relaying letters. For security reasons, right? Actually, because that way I lose a lot less time. I don't have to deal with clients hitting on me or pestering me after the job's done. I also don't have to lose time proving my worth because big boobs equals small brain or some shit like that. I mean, protecting my identity is one of the reasons, but a few times I've shown myself... They weren't even risky or dangerous jobs, just run-of-the-mill security checks. I don't know, maybe I need to show up as a disheveled nerd or something. Give them what they expect to see. Or I just don't show up and save myself the trouble. Why all the questions? Just things I've been curious about, and always forget to ask. So many Alice Rabbit headlines have made me wonder about the hacking business too. Oh, I'll remember to ask you things next time then. Well, I'll take my leave now. See ya. Take care. Let me drink a little bit of water here. Make sure to stay hydrated. Hello, sugar. Ow. Hello, Mr. Donovan. Oh, that was too soft of a voice that I gave him with that. It was more like a, hello, sugar. Like my pop used to say, never touch the ass of a woman with metallic arms. I think it's more like plastic and carbon fiber. They're hard as fuck, and that's all my abdomen felt. Do you normally greet people that way? I'm a man that can't contain himself when he sees something he likes, kid. Well, you should learn to contain yourself, because that's sexual assault, you fucking creep. Oh, but don't worry. You're safe. You're flatter than... You're flatter than the field at my summer house. A bit of advice, you shouldn't provoke the one serving you drinks or food. Don't be offended, kid. You have your audience, I'm just not part of it. Today, I'm making this a quick one. Gotta tend to business in a while. Having said that, I'll just have the usual. The usual, he says. Fuck this guy. Boop. 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 Bep. 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 Boop. Boop. Bam. The usual. Sure, this'll work. That's what you always get. You always get a fucking beer. You always get a big beer, dude. What do you mean it'll work? That's your fucking usual. Ugh, you piss me off. What brings you today, Mr. Donovan? That girl I interviewed yesterday is coming again in a couple of weeks. So I was working to clinch an exclusive interview. Did you succeed? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm Donovan D. Dawson. I always get what I want. Sure, I had to blackmail the editors of other outlets, but in the end result was all that matters. I see. Wait, blackmail? You'd be surprised at the kind of stuff you find out when you get the right people drunk. Hey, the signature on that glass over there. Oh yeah? That big-titted Lilim was here. She came yesterday before the concert, yeah. Anything juicy out of her visit? No. Gossip-worthy? No. Tabloid-worthy? No. Come on, there has to be something. Well, her love for what she does is so honest and pure that anyone who tries to ruin it should be ashamed. Ah, don't give me that shit. Throw me a bone here, anything. I've got nothing. Everyone has a price. How much for you to spill the beans? I'm serious here. She said nothing that could be used against her or that you didn't already know. Fine. Hey kid, do you think Lilim have nipples? Excuse me? I mean, I've seen a couple of pornos where they've have them, but it could still be modded, you know? So yesterday, while interviewing the strange Lilim chick, I kept wondering if those tits had nipples. I mean, they'd be fine without them, but the curiosity is killing me. But I'm even more curious about the engineers that designed them. Can you picture a room full of people discussing whether or not the tits on a Lilim look good? A bunch of guys and a lesbo engineer wondering if the latest model's vagina is good enough? Man, God bless those sons of bitches. Any interesting preview of tomorrow's news? You expect me to share my information when you wouldn't share your scoop on the singer? How can one share when there's honestly nothing to share? Uh-huh. I'm gonna be a good citizen today and let this one pass. Have you heard of a group called the Harbingers? Not really, no. There's some group wanting to overthrow the White Knights. I read their manifesto in the bathroom once. Interesting piece, and even better, makeshift toilet paper. They talk about how the organization is corrupt, full of mob bosses or something like that. I think I've heard about that somewhere. What of them? They sent a message to some outlets saying they have proof of their claims, that they're gonna release it to the public tomorrow. Oh, that'd be interesting to see, I think. I know, right? Alright, kid. Give me a Bleeding Jane so I can call it a day. Okay? A Bleeding Jane. Instead of a Bloody Mary, a Bleeding Chain. Did I say Bleeding Chain? Bleeding Chain. Jeez. A Bleeding Chain. 1 Bronson, 3 powdered, and 3 Flanagrid. All blended. Say the name of this string 3 times in the front of a mirror and you'll look like a fool. So the Bloody Mary trick, it actually works, but not the way that people think it does. So it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to be in a mirror, like they say in a bathroom, right? You splash a little bit of water in the bathroom, and it's supposed to be dimly lit, and you're supposed to say Bloody Mary 3 times. Well, it sort of works, just again, not the way that people expect it. I'll serve this up right now. What's actually happening is you don't have to say anything, and you don't need to splash water on the mirror either. Just be staring at yourself for long enough in a dimly lit room. Eventually, your brain gets bored due to like the lack of stimulation, but because there's just enough there with like your face, you start to kind of hallucinate a bit, and your face starts to morph. So that's the, Bloody Mary coming to get you or whatever. It's just your brain being bored and seeing things. And it's much easier to see things in a dimly lit room. And because, we as humans are kind of naturally scared of the dark, I guess, it just becomes scary. So yeah, that's the story behind Bloody Mary. Or in this case, the Bleeding Jane. Here you go. Simple enough for you, I see. So, I've heard this is Dana Zane's bar. Is that true? Yep. Never thought I'd hear about the undefeated of the West again. More so after that incident with the bears. Where is she? Bears? What? She's out running some, bears? That's crazy that I mean, it's not crazy. Of course they were gonna include that in there, but probably should have held off until Jill said something. 6 years ago, a cash-strapped Dana Zane entered an underground ring for money. Faced 10 enraged grizzly bears. She beat them all without killing them. I heard she set them free afterwards too. And you were there? I was drunk and bored, what can I say? Do you know if she lost her arm there? Can't remember, too drunk. Excuse me. Maybe she had the prosthetic then too. I heard someone there suggest that she lost it after throwing a baseball out of some stadium. Threw it so hard her arm fell off. But that sounds more like an unsubstantial rumor. More like something she made up. Well, I gotta go. Next time you see Dana, thank her for winning my second yacht. What the fuck? I knew betting on her was the right choice. Please come again. Yeah. Oh, break time. Dope. Still not terribly fond of that noise just kind of popping into my ear, but yeah, it is what it is. Maybe I'll be able to fix it in post. Let's keep going. We'll keep it going. Ah, boss, you're back. Yeah, sorry about not being here earlier. What were you doing? I had a brief meeting with my BTC regional manager. Oh, everything all right? As alright as it can be, considering that we're closing eventually. When will that happen? I don't know. Brian said that we'll be safe for a few months while the paperwork is filed, sorry. And everything is being put in order. Oh. I was also talking to him about you. About me? Yeah. I was telling him you do whatever it takes to ensure you don't spend too much time without a job. If possible, to reassign you ASAP after closing. Hey, if it helps, Brian might be the angriest of us all. They want to close the only bar in the whole area that hasn't given me any headaches, he said. What about Gil? He's the one that worries me the most, actually. He's kind of working... What? Kind of working using the credentials of another guy that was... Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like having a stroke reading that. He's kind of working using the credentials of another guy that was working here before. Yeah, who? The one who bought a levitation potion and then threw himself off a building. Ah, yes, the levitation potion story. Use weird euphemisms, boss. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that Gil will find a job after all this. Just who is Gil? I have an idea of who he is, but I'm still putting pieces together. Anyway, back to work. Imminent closure is no excuse to slack off. Yes, sir. You guys do know I can hear you, right? This place looks familiar. Excuse me. Is this the VA-11 Hall A bar? It is indeed. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh god. Oh, Psy. What is Psy planning now? Excuse me? I want a drink whose name was changed after many women protested. Can you get me that? Sure. I know exactly what you're talking about. The piano woman was originally called the pretty woman. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Aged, mixed. Piano woman. Here you go. Very nice. Thanks a lot. So, do you know Sai, Miss... I'm Stella. Stella Hoshi. My pleasure. Yeah, I know her. She's been here before, yes? Yep. In fact, I'm glad you know her because she left this here last time. Oh god. So she left her helmet behind again. Not the first time, huh? Her helmets have been picked up by all sorts of people in the last 3 months. Valets, nurses, morticians, fire jugglers. She's been lucky enough to always leave it with people who return it, at least. Well, quite a few people. Sai is as much of a sociable girl as she is a total klutz. At least when she's not being serious. She's very competent when she puts her mind to it. I see. So, did she recommend you this place, or we're meeting here today? I can see why she chose this place. It's the kind of place she likes. Say, is that Kira Miki's autograph on the glass? Seems like the glass is a conversation starter. Nice. Yeah, it is. How did you get it? She stopped here yesterday just before the concert. Really? I mean, she did? Yeah, nice girl. Can I see it? Sure. Yeah. The star-like signature is hers. So your name's Jill then? Yep. Ain't this nice? Here you go. Do you like her, Miss Stella? Just call me Stella. I do. Whenever you hear her songs, you're filled with so much energy and happiness. Too bad I couldn't purchase tickets for this one. I mean, they were sold out in minutes. Luckily, I could secure a couple for next time she comes around. Oh, excuse me for a second. Hello? Where the hell are you? Car crash? Oh, you're helping. Will it take long? Alright. Yeah, don't worry. I take it that was Sai? Yeah. Will you wait for her? I will. In the meantime, I feel like having another drink. One that was prepared in memory of its creator's dearest friend. Alright. I think that was the Piano Man, no? Opinions on the Bar Pianist Union. No, was it this one? That touch, bleeding chain, blah, Brantini. Which one was that? It was the Piano Man, right? Because I remember that being a discussion in the last episode. Because it was a combination of all the flavors that he liked. Or something like that. On the rocks, mixed. Is this the one you had in mind? Yes, exactly. Thank you. May I ask you something that might be personal? It isn't about my eye, is it? No, it's not. Or at least, I don't think so. I don't get to serve many cat boomers. Cat boomer, is that what you are? Cat boomers, so it's something I've been curious about. Did you go through the procedure because of a disease or because of the fad? Before I was born, I was diagnosed with nanomachine rejection. So, it had to be done. Otherwise, I would have died shortly after birth. I'm a bit on the weak side because of it, though. No, I'm sorry if I overstepped. I don't mind. It's always nice to dispel the idea that my parents were just into the fad. You seem to know your drinks, Jill. Well, I guess I've read a bit more than the recipe book. Do you like alcohol? Yeah, but not in the usual way. I don't drink that much outside of canned beers. But their colors, their stories, the way you need to keep them stored, their design. It sounds a bit silly when I say it out loud. Not at all. Do you collect them or anything like that? Actually, yeah. I started with my grandpa's collection and have been slowly growing it. It's been hard because of my debts, but I managed little by little. Do you like alcohol, Stella? I'm here, right? But I'm normally more of a social drinker. Unless it's with somebody I don't tend to drink much. I see. Sorry I'm late. Welcome. Took your sweet time? Yeah, sorry. Got caught in rush hour traffic too and figured walking might be faster. Luckily, there was a building with emergency stairs nearby and I climbed down. Climbed down? Took an air cab. Oh. I would suggest using ground transportation, but I'm happy to see you put safety first. Safety? No. Well, flying cars are just way cooler. I still don't understand how they don't give you motion sickness. If I find out how, I avoid it. If I find out how I avoid it, you'll be the first to know. Anyway, I'll have whatever she orders next. I'd like a drink that was... You're at it again. You and your cryptic orders, always leaving us with weird stuff. Hey, I expect only the best from whoever serves me. They need to be able to answer these kinds of orders. Still, I'm sure you're wearing poor Jill out here with this kind of stuff. She's done quite well so far, actually. Really? Thank you. Whatever, please order something normal, would you? That'll be 2 fringe weavers then. You'll have 2 drinks at once? No, we're sharing. What? Like half a glass for each other? Isn't it better if it's 1 for each? Don't worry, you'll see. Sai, I love you. You are my favorite person so far. Fringe weaver. God damn, this one. Right, I remember this. Whoops, whoa. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aged. Mix. Stop. Next. Oop. It's straight up just a bunch of alcohol with a spoonful of sugar. That's all it is. There we go. 2 fringe weavers. So this one's for you and this one's for me. You said you wanted whatever I asked for, right? Oh, that way? Or sorry, I read that wrong. Oh, that way. You could have said so earlier. Oh, yeah, here. Hey, so this is where I left my helmet. Thanks. You really need to be more careful with your things. Yeah, but I have spares. Those spares should be saved for when the one you're using breaks or malfunctions, not when you lose it. Those helmets cost money, you know. Yeah, sorry. Should I say that boss got her head stuck because of a jam button? Speaking of money, you still going to the meeting with the bank tomorrow? Yep, you worried? I'll refrain for now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Don't be, it'll be fine. Rumors are just rumors. Rumors? They say something might happen at the bank tomorrow, but with all the tension in the air lately, it's hard to know if that's true. As if the fear-mongering wasn't enough, the people have also started spreading baseless rumors. Just yesterday, I had to stop a group of rampaging youngsters that heard the city would be leveled by bombs. Everyone's on edge. Yeah. I know you're worried, but I have to go there. It's orders from the higher-ups. Tell me something. If somebody came after me, do you think they'd stand a chance? You're quite strong, but I'll take something to protect myself. Be prepared for anything. Would that make you feel safer? Maybe. I'll tell you what. After I come back, we'll get some ice cream. That way you can vent all your frustrations. All right. Seems my vehicle is here to pick me up. You coming, Sai? Sai? God, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Nah, I'll stay here a bit longer. Okay then, take care. Bye. She's such a worrywart. That means she cares about you. I've never doubted. Say, why does my helmet smell like bacon? Bacon? Not that I mind, I'm just curious. Well, you know how some things absorb the smell of what's nearby? It must have grabbed it from one of the ingredients. I see. Do you believe all the stuff about tension growing and the anarchist group trying to disband the White Knights? To tell you the truth, I am a bit worried. Even in my division, there's some shady business going on, but I don't want to investigate too deeply. What kind of business? From what I understand, things like working with human traffickers or drug dealers, letting them act as they wish. Some even say the ones that do get apprehended are the ones that have failed them in some way. Still always says the White Knights are just glorified mall security. She says that she says that if it's been proven beyond a doubt that some shady business is going on, Zaibatsu's Corp main branch would separate themselves from the whole White Knight division. Zaibatsu? Do you mean Mishima Zaibatsu? Sorry, it's my Tekken coming out. Something about the association's fear of bad PR resulting in them moving to the BTC. Sounds plausible. Yeah, it kind of worries me though, because I really like my job. And I guess a similar fear exists among the upper ranks. Lately, they seem restless. Too much politics, huh? Hurts my brain. I just want to rescue people and help them. I just want to do my job without worries about politics of any kind. What are you doing at the bank tomorrow? Our colonel needed to relay some information to the manager, and I was picked because he trusted me. Well, he said, "You're such a simpleton that you'd never give the wrong message." But it's his intention that counts. Oh. Finally, the Dorothy has come back to Valhalla. Please refrain from doing those sitcom-like entrances. You're disturbing other clients. Oh, come on, you know the audience would have gone wild with that one. Besides, you make it sound like you have a full house. It's uncommon to see you here 2 days in a row. I wanted to grab something before starting my shift. Grab something before they start grabbing me, you could say. Hey, you having a drink? Can I buy you one? Why, yes, thank you. And you should follow her example and offer me drinks more often. We'll see. What are you having? I'll have what she's having. Then I've got the perfect thing. Let's have a blue fairy. One for both. One for each. All right. 2 blue fairies coming up. What is the blue fairy? Let's take a look. 4 those. Oh, it's gonna be sugary. Aged mix. One of these will make all your teeth turn blue. Hope you brush them well. Oof. Seems like a really sweet drink. I don't want to get the Valkyrie drunk. I'm gonna leave the alcohol content out, because I don't know which one's going to which. I don't know, I just don't feel like serving her alcohol. I don't think she needs it, you know? I don't think either of these two need it. Boop, boop. Next. 2, 3, 4, 5, aged, mixed. 2 blue fairies. Here you go. Hey, this is pretty good. See? And it's blue like your hair. It is. So, what's your name, sweetie? Call me Sai. Alright, Sai, I'm Dorothy. Say, Sai. Yes, yes? Oh, it is supposed to be pronounced say. Okay. Say, say. Yes, yes? Say, say. Say, say. Say, why did you just buy me a drink? I just thought you were cute as a button, so I wanted to invite you to join me. Wow, you have to be the first person to offer me a drink without having an ulterior motive. And that includes fuckboy over there. What do you mean? Trust me, when you work in my kind of field, you learn to read cues from everything. And this girl is just simple to a fault. How so? You're the what you see is what you get type. The look on your face is oh my gosh, I can't read. That look on your face is of one that simply sees no point in lying. Coupled with the fact that you're here in what looks like your work attire tells me that you're so married to your job that sex is too far down your priority list to notice its existence. So if you invited me to a drink because you found me cute, and that's the extent of it, I believe you. Thank you. You say she's the first one, but what about Deal giving you a ticket the other day? Who? Oh yeah, the Lilin with the dogs. No, he doesn't count. He looked like a humanoid, Matt. What the ouch. You seem very perceptive, Dorothy, but I'm not too far behind. How so? I can tell your body is heavily modded with things you shouldn't even have. Your tongue is a BEB-069 with DNA scanning capabilities. Your skin is coated with an anti-radiation finish. Your joints are of the premium extra flexible variety. And most important thing, your hands. What about them? I don't know how modded your body is under your clothes. The tongue, joints, and skin are really interesting, but your hands are the MIRD-113 of Relta Industries, a model designed to shoot Class 5 bullets from its fingertips. So? Clause G of Article 17 in the Augmentations and Modifications Law on the topic of ballistics augmentations. Any humanoid or sapient creature under civilian designation that has upgraded any of its person to hold firearms of Class 3 grade or higher will be either commissioned for disarmament or sent to danger zones. What are you gonna do? Nothing. I'm not in law enforcement. I just do rescue. Even if I was, I'm not on duty right now. Oh. I want to know though, why go through with that upgrade? A girl's gotta take care of herself, you know? I want to be able to deal with things if they get ugly. And this is the most discreet mod I had. Or at least I thought so. Oh, yeah. Okay then, can I give you some advice? I guess? The reason I could tell that it's not your default hand model is your fingertips. The tips are a little bigger and made to make the cannons fit. You could get a small mod that changes them into disposable tips, assuming they're being used for self-defense and not regular use, of course. I see. Well, I've got to go. I guess another thing. If you aim for the arms or legs once is... Jesus. Let me read that again. If you aim for the arms or legs, once is self-defense. Anything more is assault. Yeah. Bye, Dorothy. Bye, Jill. Bye-bye. Please come again. I thought she was gonna take me away. They would put my mind on a vacuum cleaner for 3 years. Do if I behave well. That's what happens when you underestimate people. Although I'm tempted to ask, about what? DNA reading tongue? Very prehensile, intuitive. Also, it vibrates. That's extra flexible joints. Do you really need to ask? Anti-radiation coating? Hey, my skin's my first tool of the trade. Need to take care of it as much as possible. Fair enough. And it makes it feel so soft no matter how much it's been battered. Alright then. So you fancy yourself a diviner, reading people and all? Not really. I'm just quite good at reading people. I guess it's a byproduct of dealing with so many people on a daily basis. It's a bit surreal to hear that from a Lilim. What can you say about me then? Let's see. You're very, very, very sexually frustrated. It's not the act itself, but rather that your partners can't seem to satisfy you on a deeper level. There's even a deeper frustration. Something happened that's blocking you. Maybe there's someone who you know won't return your feelings? Maybe you were hurt in the past? Thus, your demeanor is that of someone who feels like life is playing tricks on her. Like a dog whose owner never really throws the ball. Oh boy, did I actually hit the nail on the head? I was making this stuff up on the fly. All of that was just rubbish, I say, because it's right 80% of the time. Generic bullshit, if you will. You'd be surprised the amount of sexually frustrated people hold, the amount of sexual frustration people hold. I can't read you, honey. You're too good at putting on a professional face. But this definitely gives me more insight into you. Lucky, lucky. Aren't you late or something? I am. But if you let me satisfy your frustrations, I could stall for some time. Go. Fine. Bye-bye, honey. Artificial intelligence has come rather far, eh? One wonders how artificial it remains. Shut up, fuckboy. Everything done? Yeah. Hey, boss, this might seem random, but do you remember the first time I came to the bar? When you came to submit your contract? Yeah, why? Well, for some reason, I've been hung up on it since this morning, and I just realized why. The visage that welcomed me back then was Gil trying to pull your hand out of a jar. Oh yeah, that. I can't remember what exactly, but something fell inside and I tried to retrieve it. Just kind of put my hand in and it got stuck. It was a French jar too, so I couldn't just break it. Hey Gil, how did you get my hand out of that jar? A straw and some butter. Oh yeah, clever solution. Yeah. And that brings me to a random thought. That incident, the helmet yesterday. the many times your foot got stuck on something for stomping it. Boss, why do you get stuck in so many different things? Huh? Now that you mention it, I remember this one time she tried to eat a big sandwich and her jaw got stuck. Then there was the incident with the TV. I'll admit my fault with the others, but the TV incident was not my fault. The assembly instructions for that stand should have labeled their Z and S's better. You saw what happened when I switched the S2 piece with the 5Z one. Still, Jill's onto something here. Yes, she is. Now, go clean the dishes and you can leave for the day. I like to think she'll make an effort now to avoid getting stuck in things. I want to believe. Nice. Total earnings, wow, decent amount. Drink total, 340. Mistakes, 0. Commission, 30%. Today's payment, 102. Tips, 900. Flawless service bonus, 500. Everything will turn out all right in the end, don't worry. Another 300 bucks. Today's transfer, 1802. Not as good as yesterday, but still good. All right. We're gonna end this episode there. What the fuck is that? Happy not birthday? Okay. I'll read this after. Anyways. Oh gosh, that music spike. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, I love you, bye-bye.